Welcome in everybody to my first real Let's Play. We are on Shelby, Montana, the 16X map by PMC Snakeman. Fantastic map. If you guys have not checked it out, I will be sure to put a link in the description. We are going to be, basically, my idea for this whole Let's Play is I'm going to be making a guide to make a completely automated farm through the use of Courseplay and Autodrive on FS19. So, being the fact that we're in Shelby, Montana, which of course is Welkers Farms, everybody knows that, I have, of course, I got to bring the big buds in. You know I have to bring the big buds in. So the only two pieces of equipment right now that I've got is the Big Bud 450 and the Big Bud Brute, which is everyone knows as the sprayer. So those are the first two pieces of equipment that we got. I have not done anything except put a couple of my realism mods in that I like to use, because everybody knows I like to play realism. So this will be the same. I will be playing as realistically as the game allows me to play. But by the end of this Let's Play series, everything will be completely automated. That is the goal anyway. So we're going to start off. Everything's plowed, everything's ready to go. So I don't have to do anything as far as that goes. I will have to go, I got to plow one. So that's going to be the goal number one, is to get field one plowed, and then cultivation started and lime started. So we do have to come in and we will have to use precision farming for all these, because this is not precision farming add-on ready. So I will have to go through and use my modded out, got a little piece of modded equipment right here. Right over into this section right here, the scout. So my scout that I have got modded in mods 10,000 kilometers, which is any map that is in the entirety of Farm Sim. No map is that big, so I've got that in because most maps are not the precision farming add-on ready, which is, everybody knows, where you can go through and add, kind of like you would in real life. A person would come out, scan your fields for you, do all that. Because let's be honest, this is a 16x map. I mean, my fields are, like 109 right here is 160 acres. I'm not going to go through with a 10-meter thing and do that. No way. Not going to happen. So, first things first, we got to buy a plow. So, we have gone through and I have gotten a couple of realistic mods in, one of which is my plow. It is a ripper. Right there. The Ecolotil 250, or 2500. 8.5 meters, takes 342 horsepower. This big bud's got plenty of it. It's got 450 horsepower, so that's what we're going to be using. I will be using the trailed Ecolotil, not the 3-point attacher Ecolotil. It's a very, very nice mod. I really, really like this mod. It's awesome. So, we're going to be buying that, first things first. Because I don't have any equipment on this map, I have started out with a loan of 10 million, as you can see right up there in the corner. We are on seasons. We are running 9-day seasons. But that should be fine. Like, I've got a lot of land. I've got thousands of acres of land here. So we have got plenty to do, plenty to go. So that's going to be the first thing, is we're going to get this guy, we're going to get an Autodrive course over to the farm. So I'll show you guys how to do that. And this whole episode is going to be nothing but learning how to get Courseplay started on different cultivations, plowing, and then getting Autodrive courses started around the map and that kind of stuff. So, as you can see, over here in the corner, I've got my little Autodrive section right here. I'm gonna pull that up right about there so you guys can see a little bit better. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to hit this little triangle. Looks like a warning triangle. That is the edit button. That allows you to edit your courses, edit your waypoints, edit all of that stuff. So we're going to kind of take a route. And as you can see, the little line up in the corner on the HUD turns purple. The line itself is blue, which means it goes both ways. So we're just going to come up here and we're going to put a waypoint right in here. Create waypoint. Stop. Right there. And then we're going to drive up to the farm. And then once we get to the farm, we'll create another waypoint farm. Pretty self-explanatory as far as that goes. And I'm going to get right here. I'm going to stop this route. And I'm going to create a one-way route. That did not work. Look at that. My auto connect feature didn't work too well right there, did it? But it's okay, because we're still recording. It goes through, and I can auto connect these when I want to. So you just click on the waypoint you want to click. It goes blue. Click on to the next waypoint. Bam. It adds it into it. So I'm going to go ahead and, if you want to make a two-way route, click on the one. So you make one line, and then click on the other one. Turns it into two-way or back into a one-way. Do that. So now we've got a one-way route going. Now it's turned green. And then we're going to head back up to the farm. And of course, you know me, realism. Got to keep with the realism because that's just me. That's how I like to play the game, guys. That's how I like to play the game. Realism is key. It's what everyone says. Plus, that's just the way I like to play the game. And we do need a plow field 1, and we'll use Courseplay for that. But I'm going to get to the farm and get the course made. That way, and I'm also going to make one on the way back because we only have a one-way course going right here, so I've got to make one going back too. But that's just, we're going to make the route so that I can get the farm equipment, all the farm equipment that I really need up to the farm and get it going. And because this is a 16x map, it's going to take me a minute to actually get to the farm. So I will see you guys whenever I get up there. All right. And we are back at the farm. So this is basic Welkers farm. You know, nothing too fancy, but I did put in Welkers shed packs and all that stuff in. So it looks more realistic like Welkers would. So as you guys can see, I'm back at the farm. I have made a basic waypoint, Autodrive waypoints 2 here. So I'm going to label this waypoint that I make next right there into the farm entrance tab. Farm entrance. Spelled that wrong, didn't I? Entrace. Entrace. Beautiful. Love it. Delete that. Make it again. Okay. Farm entrance. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And I'm going to make a one-way route in and out of this right here, just to keep things simple. Make sure nobody crosses any wires. Connect those two up real quick. So we're going to come over here. Drive right around here. And I'll just make the farm exit right up over here. And right here, stop, will be the farm exit. Make a waypoint. Farm exit. Now, I do need to be able to connect these two routes. So I need to create kind of like a junction. Basically, think of it like train routes or bus routes. Train routes. You have to create a junction for them to be able to cross into one another. So, if something happens that my guy decides to go all the way around into this and he needs to go back into the farm entrance, he needs to be able to get there. So, what we're going to do is we're going to hit left control. That will create a waypoint. That creates a random waypoint. If you hit left alt and then left click, that will delete that waypoint. So we're going to create a waypoint here. I'm just kind of move it around a little bit. If you right click, you can drag it. Drag it around wherever you want. I'm going to do that. I'm going to create another one and drag it around. And I'm going to connect these. So I'm going to click on this waypoint, connect here, click on this waypoint, connect here, click on this waypoint, connect here. That makes a basic junction. Should be able to drive all the way around to it. And then I need to continue course. So let's delete this real quick. Connect these two. Drive forward. Because then I need to make a course going back to the shop. So I'm going to come right through here. I'm going to start recording. But I don't want, see, that's what I don't want right there. See how it connected to that? That's going to do me nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, I'm going to delete this, left control, alt, or left alt, and then right click. And I'm going to place another waypoint, drag it around to where the old one was, click, connect, connect. Now I got this random waypoint right here, which is what I want. So I'm going to click on this waypoint way over here in the distance. Turns green. I'm going to connect it with this waypoint right here. Except I went the wrong way. Good job, Fluky. Create a waypoint. Click that waypoint. Connect here. Perfect. And all the direction, they all do have directional arrows. So like if you look real closely, you can see the directional arrows. That shows you which direction that the course is actually going. So it makes things a little bit easier for you. So now I'm currently recording courses. So I'm going to go. Those did not connect. So I'm going to have to reconnect those. Make sure they connect. There we go. Perfect. And I'm just going to drive back to the shop. You want to drive back to it. And that will create me a to and from shop to the farm. And I will create this course. I will get back over to the farm and start up with the course generation for Courseplay over on Field 1 to plow. See you guys then. All right, quick thing I want to show you guys. I am not driving. This is all auto drive. The course seems to be working fantastically. I did want to show you this. So, as you see, I'm traveling at 15 miles per hour right now. So, if I go back up here to this little driving destination to and from, it's the little speedometer looking thing next to the edit button. If I up that, now I'm going 19 miles per hour. Even though my cruise control is still set to 15, I am going 19 because that is what Autodrive is telling the tractor to do. I can also, so the difference, if you left click it, it will increase. If you right click it, it will decrease. So now I'm going back down, and it'll go all the way down and all the way up to the speed of the tractor. But my Autodrive course seems to be working brilliantly. We are all set up and ready to go from the shop to the farm and back. And it looks beautiful. So I'm going to travel up here, up to Field 1, and then we will get started on a course. We are almost there. Autodrive takes a lot of patience. It's still kind of glitchy. They haven't perfected it, probably will never perfect it, but it is fantastic. Courseplay and Autodrive are meant to work in tandem. That's why you'll find a lot of features on Courseplay that's, you know, when you start a course and it says, do you want to start Autodrive for unload, refill, that kind of stuff. I typically use Courseplay for fields, Autodrive for roads. That's how I like to keep the two separate. As you can see, if I click this down arrow on my Autodrive, now I've got things into folders. I've created a folder. So I've got a fields folder right here. Anything that has to do with field work, I'm going to put there. For example, the entrance to Field 7 waypoint, or the entrance to this field waypoint, or the entrance to that field waypoint will go into the field section. Now, Courseplay also has an area right here for different stuff that you want to add to it. I I have gone through and I've kind of done a little bit here and there, because I have been on this map previously. It does all of that saves. So I'm probably just going to delete this and we're going to start right from scratch, just like so. Now, if I click on this Autodrive button right here, which I don't have any courses actually loaded, that will load all my Autodrive courses into Courseplay. So I would be able to connect this course to that course, or that course to this course, and so on and so forth. I will go into that whenever the time comes. But for right now, we're going to work on getting field 1 plowed and ready to go. So when I get back to the farm, I will show you guys that. All right, and we are back at the farm entrance waypoint. As you see, he just stops right before it, just where he needs to. All right, and we are going to come up over here. I'm going to make another waypoint, go up past this waypoint. As you can see, that red line tells you what waypoint you are closest at. That's going to be the waypoint that it auto connects to. So you want to take that into consideration when making it. See, it just jumped to that one. I don't want that. I want to go back. So I'm going to make a course recording, but I actually don't want that connected. So I'm just going to come through, delete that, and I can just reconnect these real quick. It won't do anything to it. I'm going to make another waypoint. I'm going to drag this one, and I'm going to, I don't need that one right there. I'm just going to delete that one. I don't need that one. So I'm going to connect from the farm entrance right here to this one, from that one to this one, and then I can just keep on going. Like so. Right into field 1. I will label this field 1. And I will click on field 1. And I'm going to move it into the fields. So you see how it turns blue right there? Now I can move it into the fields. It gets out of my default, down into fields. Just like that. Perfect. I'm going to keep recording. And I'm going to drive back around. Because I want to create an exit as well. So this will be my main field entrance to field 1. Like that. Bam. Connects right up. Now I have this big giant circle. It goes from farm entrance around into field 1 and then an exit. Perfect. All right, now we can get rid of this edit. If you click this edit, all of the waypoints go away. They're still there, but you don't need to edit them. That prohibits you from doing a lot of stupid stuff, because like I have done this. You've got Autodrive going, you're driving around, you go to Alt Tab out of your game to do something, you mess up the entire course. You know, it just goes nah, like that, and you get this great big triangle right there. Well, now it's not going to find anything. It's not going to work. It doesn't work that way. It sees that as a disconnection of the course. So you want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So always when you're done editing and done doing any of that, click that edit button. All your courses go away. You cannot mess them up. So we're going to come right here. We're going to come, I need to make sure I'm going right near the entrance. Because I always try to start my courses right near to the entrance. Work with my 2 points of articulation on this tractor. So right here. Perfect. Okay. Click that. Don't need this for a minute. Move that down. Okay, now we're going to go into the play button. Just right here. Automatically, you have 2 different sections you can click on. There's a fieldwork section, and there's a transfer drive from start to finish. Now, you can technically use Courseplay for all this, but Courseplay is a little bit glitchier on the roads than Autodrive is. So I like to use Autodrive for roads and Courseplay for fields. So I'm going to go to the fieldwork tab. I'm going to go to course generation. I'm going to click on 1. Field edge path, field 1. Headlands. yes. 2, 3, I'll probably do 3 passes. Starting direction, automatic, that's fine. Especially when you're working with irregular size fields, you want to kind of pay attention to the starting direction, depending on where you're going and what you're doing. But in this application for the plowing, I'm not going to pay attention to that. Starting location, current vehicle position. That's what you want whenever you're starting with Autodrive, because that makes the starting location right where your thing is. So whenever you go to exit the field and it's behind start, it'll all work in tandem together. You want to make sure you're working with is exactly what you're working with is. I have seed usage calculator in here, so it will tell you exactly how much seed it takes to plant this, which is really nice. It even tells you how much lime it takes. 184,000 liters of lime. That's going to be fun whenever we start doing lime, isn't it? So we got all that going. Multiple tools. I'm going to show you how to do that with harvesters and other things. Skip rows, same thing like that. All that's going to be into harvesting. Start working on headland passes. I am plowing, so I want to start working on up and down rows first. That kind of changes things a little bit. That'll go to ending location, current vehicle position, starting direction, automatic. So that changes your ending location and your starting location. So there is no longer a starting location. There's only an ending location. So you want to put your ending location the opposite of your starting location. So like I'm starting right here. So now that I select position on map, I'm going to select it to end. I'll probably select it to end. And I'll just go ahead and do current vehicle position. It should be fine. It'll end up starting it over here, but the Autodrive course is still set to right there. So right where I'm at. So it should all work together. It should be fine. Generate field course. Perfect. That's a lot of course. So you see my ending location is now right where I'm at. My starting location is right there, which isn't too bad. Because this actually is kind of angled, I'm going to show you a little something. Longest edge straightens it out. So now I don't have the, diagonal areas that I was having before. It's all nice and straight. That's what I want. I'm going to back out of that. Start course at first waypoint. So I believe the first waypoint is up on the other side. So manually, I'm going to go ahead and drive up there. You can start it automatically. It doesn't matter. But I'm just going to drive over there. And because it ends right over there, it'll be able to find a path out of the field. And this little eyeball lets you see all the waypoints and such. Drops your frames, so be prepared for that. It will drop your frames. Like, a lot. It is a frame eater. It's like, right now, I'm sitting at 60 frames, which is really good for, 16x maps. I click on that, my frames drop to 10. So, I mean, it drops frames. But it's very helpful when finding the waypoint that you actually want to be at. So like right now, got to the field, first waypoint, Autodrive. You see that little Autodrive feature right there? For unload, refill, and don't use. So right now I'm going to keep it at don't use because I don't need it. But there are sections that you can do for different things. So I'm going to kind of walk you through these a little bit. Vehicle specific settings. Turning circle, that tells you how wide the turning radius is. So right now it's at 5 meters. That's fine. Working width is fine. Vehicle convoy and maximum distance or minimum distance will help whenever you have multiple things going. So like if I had 2 tractors going on this field right now, I would click convoy and then the distance between them. But that's we'll go into that more on harvesting and such like that whenever we start doing that. So field speed, I want to turn that down because you know me and I like my realism. So I'm going to turn that field speed down to about 5 because realistically, when you're plowing, you would plow at about 5 miles an hour. I'm also going to turn the turn speed down a little bit. Reversing speed is fine. Not worried about that. Advanced settings. This is where you find a lot of other settings that aren't that you kind of look for. So you can turn wages on to make it a little bit better. depending on what settings you want to run and such like that. So you got an automatic repair. I like to don't repair mine. I like to repair my tractors myself, so I'm going to keep that on. Display text on the map icons, show keybinds, all that good stuff. Scan fields automatically. I like to turn that on because as soon as I get into the game and the map, it automatically scans my field, so I don't have to automatically go around the field and make a course for it. Really helps. Really saves a lot of time. Eats up a little bit of your loading time whenever you jump into a map, but it saves a lot of time in the long run. When you can choose when to raise implements, when to lower implements, whether you want to lower them or raise them early and late. I like early and late because that's realistic. Reversing for pathfinding and turns deactivated. I like deactivation on all these. AI turn maneuvers are good for some things, but as we all know, I wouldn't be using Courseplay if the in-game AI was good. So we don't like the carrying AIs. Right-click HUD disables. If you right-click on your mouse, it activates and deactivates it. Otherwise, you can turn that off, and you can click the delete button on your keyboard, and that will activate the Courseplay HUD. Show temporary waypoints, all that stuff. So click back. This is the general driving settings. So turn when your beacons are on, fuel save option. So if you get stuck or something, it'll turn the tractor off. Covers, refuel at gas stations. When you get below 20% on your fuel, it'll refill automatically if you have a fuel station in your waypoints. Align with first waypoint activated. Waiting time, so like if you're stuck, it'll wait this long, 1 second, 2 seconds, up to like 180 seconds, I think, before it turns the tractor off. I'm not worried about it getting stuck because, let's be honest, this is an empty map. So I'm not worried about it getting stuck. And then you got mode specific settings, lane offsets, symmetric lane changes. That will all happen whenever we do multiple harvesters and such like that. Avoid fruit activated. I like to keep that activated. Turn on field, yes. You don't want it to turn outside of the field because if you're on a smaller map, such like that, you will hit trees, you will hit a lot of other things. So I got all that going. Everything else is kind of blocked out. Can't really do anything else. So we're going to go up here and we're going to drive course. It will automatically find the first waypoint, which should be right in front of me. And see, he's turning at 5 miles an hour. He's on the field, he's driving at 5 miles an hour. Which is just what I want. So the start's going to be all the way at the end of this lane. And then while this is going and I'm getting to the field, it's going to take about, it shows how much time it takes right there in the bottom. So it's like 2 minutes to get to the edge of the field going 5 miles an hour because that's the way I want it to be. Because, I like to hurt myself. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up real quick just to get it to the edge of the field. Plus, I'm not really plowing right now, so it's fine. Look at that jumpy tractor. Jump, jump, jump. Once we get to, and while we're getting to the edge of the field, so I'm going to go ahead and click this little save icon right here. And it's going to be plow hyphen field 1. Save. That way when I go up into here, bam. I got that. Now I can move that to folders and do other things like that as well. Like you can move it, so if I click move to folder, I got a level 0. I don't know why it does level 0s and stuff like that. It's very strange as far as that goes, so I tend to keep things out of folders and whatnot, and just let them be, find them as I need them. So we were getting to the edge of this course. So I'm going to lower my speed back down to 5. He's going to turn because of this arrow, where it starts, that shows the direction you need to be going in. It's going to go in. So as you can see, arrow is going that way on the first waypoint. That's the direction he's going to be going. Automatically lowers. Automatically starts. my turn radius is not as good as I would like it to be. So I'm gonna, yeah, lower that back down to 5. I'm on an articulated tractor, that it's fine. He can turn like that. Plus, it's a trailed implement. I'm not too worried about that. So, now he's going. Everything's set up nice and perfect. Look at that. Beautiful plowing. And then you can click on this, and it's going to take, wow, 8 hours and 25 minutes to plow this field. Let's go realism. I told you I like to hurt myself. I love to hurt myself with the realism. So we're going to let this guy keep on going. I'll get you a nice, good couple shots of this guy plowing this field, and that will be the end of this episode. I hope you guys have learned something. I hope I have brought some light onto some of the features on Autodrive and what you can do. We will be on next episode. We will be probably doing some cultivating and seeding, maybe some liming with a couple different implements, and we'll have a couple courses going at once and all that stuff. So I'm going to get a couple good shots of this, and you guys get to see it, and hope you enjoy. Until next time, I'm Fluky Stu. This is my crew. See you guys later.
When we were younger, we used to sit on the grass among the flowers. We just let the days pass by. People would tell us to get a grip of ourselves and get a job. We didn't care what we were told, 'cause when we were younger, we used to sit on the grass and go, damn, I don't wanna grow old. I wish I could turn back time. Stay up all night singing songs on the terrace. We didn't mind sitting out in the cold. It was impossible to make us embarrassed. We were free. Stealing smokes from your parents. Sometimes we got a bit out of control. When they found out we ran from home just to scare them, we were free. When we were 17